contract issues, who shows up, who doesn't, what's going on. It's not because it's dramatic. It's just because we want these things to be resolved as quickly as possible. And apparently, this is wide receiver contract drama week here in the NFL, because once again, the biggest news of the day is surrounding the star pass catcher portion of the program. Both Ceedee Lamb and Justin Jefferson, no shows. Day one of their voluntary offseason programs. Okay, you're gonna have to follow me on this. I know everyone's gonna say, no, that doesn't matter, whatever, but let's just at least get our heads around what's at stake and what's going on. Both of those dudes, respectively, looking for extensions ahead of their fifth-year option seasons. Here, let's start with Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell on Justin's absence yesterday.
I've had a lot of great dialogue with Justin throughout even the early part of this offseason and leading up. So, my hope is we can get him around the team. He's obviously such a special player, but it goes beyond that, especially this time of year, because of just the energy and the flat-out way he comes in when he's in this building and he goes to work and how his teammates respond to him. So want him here as much as we can have him, but also understand there's a lot of factors involved.
A lot of factors. Like when I was in Cabo over Christmas and I asked Justin Jefferson himself, where is the paperwork? Is it on the fax machine? Is it like under a bunch of paperweights? Like why aren't you signing this thing? And he was like giggling his face off. But sounds like Coach, and he should, really wants the front office to get this done. And listen, both Jefferson and Lamb, they're going to get paid. I would expect, as we look at this, they're going to top this whenever they get their deals done, and deservedly so. But all of this got me thinking about the way the receiver market around the league is evolving as our game evolves, in large part due to what the Chiefs and the Packers have done. And we would be dumb, we would be stupid and ignorant to ignore this evolution. The Chiefs, of course, stunned everybody by dealing away Tyreek Hill 2 years ago. Instead of extending him, that's the decision they made. And what have they done since? Not one, but two rings won. The Packers, they, in an emotional decision, I'm sure, to sort of part ways, his side and theirs, Devontae Adams leaves, and they came within seconds of an NFC title game with a group of receivers that had an average age of 23 years old. And it's not that I think either team is better without those two absolute bona fide superstars, or that receivers shouldn't get paid. That is not the narrative that I'm weaving here, but it can't be a coincidence that those teams both found success after making said moves. And if I'm paying attention to it, GMs, front offices, and ownership groups are as well. And there's really, as I break this down, there are three reasons, and we're going to head of this on the show like we do with a lot of things. So just sort of keep this in mind as we unravel the season here. There's three reasons why I think those trades worked. One, the teams made good use of the draft picks and cap space that they got out of those deals, okay? And everyone can agree with that. Two, the talent pool that's entering the draft at receiver, it's not just this year. Every year, doesn't it seem to be getting deeper and deeper? So you're able to get instant impact guys. It used to be like, I remember sitting with producer Matt Casey and Mike Florio, and I think Brian Westbrook was there, and I'm in Stanford, and we're at NBC, and it's like my first 3 reps on TV ever, and it was Keenan Allen. What he did in his rookie year was insane. These rookies are doing the Keenan Allen left and right now. Like, even guys like, Jaden Reed in the second round. Like there's depth and there's talent that is so deep but also impactful on these squads right away that used to not exist 10 years or so ago. And 3, beyond those just those 2 teams, let's go a little deeper and look at the makeup of the last 10 teams to play in the Super Bowl. Listen up. 9 of those 10 squads, as you're seeing, either had a quarterback or wide receiver playing on a rookie deal or for a rookie-type salary. The only exception here is Tom Brady and the Bucs, and as we know, Tom didn't take max value either. He did not max out. So there is a very clear pattern here, a very clear pattern. What does it mean? It shows us that it's pretty damn hard to pay both. You can't have both. You can't pay both your quarterback and your wide receiver and contend for a Super Bowl. I'm not saying you it's not possible, but that's very glaring. That's a trend that it's going to be hard to buck that. Can it happen? Sure. And it also underscores, in my opinion, how freaking brilliant Nick Caserio is for going after Stephon Diggs now, while Stroud is in his rookie deal. You think that, if I have these numbers, you think that Casario's don't go way deeper than this, so why it makes sense. And it's why it makes sense for the Falcons to pay Kirk Cousins before Drake, Pitts, and Bijan get broken off. It explains why the Bills had to blow up the roster this offseason. It doesn't really work when you pay both. And it's how important, it underscores how important this year is, honestly. Dolphins, I'm looking at you. Tua, still in his rookie contract. Huge year, huge circle, huge target. But now if you apply this, guys, and this is a little bit of a deep dive, if you apply this to what the Cowboys and the Vikings are facing right now, too, it's going to come to a head. For Minnesota, it's a little simpler. Let's say the plan is to trade up, draft a J.J. McCarthy. Great. If that's the case, then go pay Justin Jefferson his money. You've got your rookie contract. You've got your vet combo. Perfect. That is not going to bug you. That is not going to hamstring you. For Dallas, though, it gets a little mucky, okay? Dak is due a new deal after this year. So riddle me this. Is the best path back to contention really by letting him or Ceedee walk and retooling with a rookie quarterback or wide receiver? Woof. I wouldn't want to have that decision to make. I wouldn't want to be the Jerry Jones in this little fairy tale here, or the nightmare, if you will. But if recent history tells us anything, it's that it's going to be really hard for the Cowboys to end that Super Bowl drought if they keep both Dak and Ceedee beyond this year. So glaring implications for the Cowboys of the world that are faced with these sort of decisions. And you've got what's going on with the Vikings, a little easier to stomach, and a lot of data, a lot of info showing that those two worlds don't exist, that the highly paid wide receiver and highly paid quarterback, not the best combo. Get the rookie deal, get the top paid, or vice versa, and make it work. We're looking at Buffalo and looking at what the Texans did brilliantly, and we'll see, of course, how it pays out. But this is the thing that is evolving and the thing that is showing to be true. All right, next on the show, we're not going to talk about wide receivers. We're not going to talk about quarterbacks. We're going to talk about the real stars that are entering the NFL, and that's at the running back position.